Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you this very vibrant and just colorful eye look. I am super proud of how it came out. If you guys would like to know how I achieved this look, then please keep on watching and let's get right into it. I did just do my eyebrows off camera, so I will link you above the video of how I do my eyebrows if you guys are interested. Because of today's look being very colorful and just bold, I do want those colors to come out vibrant, so I am going to be using Ulta Full Coverage Concealer. This one is in the shade Light Warm. With my Real Technique sponge, I'm going to blend this in. I'm going to jump into right away the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to be using today. I just really love the colors that come on this Jackie Aina palette with ABH. The colors in here are really pretty. I just want to really dip into more of the vibrant colors. We're going to be focusing on the top row. That's pretty much what I'm going to be using today. To start off right away, I am going to dip into this shade right here. And I'm going to apply it to my crease area. So I'm going to be using this as a transition shade today. And to apply it, I'm going to be using the E137 brush from SHOPMISSA. This one is just like a very pinky tone, just a true pink. So I'm just going to take it on my brush, tap off some of it, and we're going to focus this on the crease area. So I'm first just really tapping the eyeshadow in the crease, and then right now we're going to go into the blending. If you notice also, I did not set my eyelid like I usually do with setting powder. So I just went in directly after applying the concealer. This I have noticed that really helps with just helping the eyeshadow stick in and really portraying the color of the shade. So I have been doing this lately and I really enjoy doing it. And this brush also is super helpful to pack on this shade because it is kind of flat but fluffy. So it's really gonna allow us to pack in the shade, but also at the same time you'll be able to go in and blend it a little bit. And it should be looking something like this once you've blended in. So just really pack it on the lid area first and then just go in with a light hand and start blending it into the crease area, and you should be coming out with something similar to this. So now I am going to just soften up the edges of the crease, and because this palette doesn't really have like a very light transition shade or just like a base shade, I am gonna jump into another palette. This one is the ColourPop Bare Necessities palette. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of the shade right here, which is like pretty much like a skin tone shade. And I'm gonna use that with the same brush that I applied the pink shade to just blend the top of the crease. And I'm gonna tap some of the excess, and then I'm just going to take it onto the top of the crease so that we can blend out that eyeshadow. Now moving on, I'm going to go in and still using the same brush, I'm going to jump into the next shade, which is going to be this one right here. So I'm just going to take some of this shade here and we're actually going to apply this to the outer corner of the eye. And we're just going to really focus it on that area without actually bringing it in the center. Once you're really packed in the shade onto that outer corner, then we can go ahead and start blending what is the outer crease. Just very slightly blend it out. Blend and tap. Now I'm going to jump into the next shade. I'm going to use this really bright purple, and I'm gonna apply this shade to the outer corner also, but just a little bit less than when we did this other shade that we used previously. And I'm using this E3 brush from ColourPop. This one is a great packing brush, and that's pretty much all that we're gonna do with this shade. We're gonna just pack it into that area. we're just packing this shade. We're not gonna really move it, at least not with this brush. Okay, and this is how it should be looking now after we packed on that bright purple shade. Now I'm gonna go jump into the first brush that I was using, the E137 from SHOPMISSA, and I'm just gonna use this to really blend out the edges of these shadows here on the crease area. Once we've blended out the crease area, I'm going to jump back into that packing brush, the E3 brush from ColourPop, and I'm going to just take a little bit more of this purple shade, and we're just going to pack it a little bit more because we did lose a little bit of that shade when we were blending that out. Now I'm going to jump into an E19 brush from ColourPop, and I'm going to just blend out a little bit more that top crease area so that it looks more put together. And I didn't apply any product to this brush. I'm just taking it clean, and we're going to blend out those edges. I'm also going to take a little bit more of pinker, this shade right here, with this brush that I was using to blend out, and I'm just going to touch up a little bit this shade right here in this crease. Now I'm going to jump into this brush, the E139 from SHOPMISSA, and with this brush I'm going to go in and take this shade right here. It's like a very gold metallic-y shade, and this shade I'm going to apply it to the inner corner of my eye. This shade is just with me applying it with the brush. It is super pigmented, but I really want it to stand out even more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my setting mist. This is from e.l.f. and I'm just going to take some of the shade onto my brush. I'm also going to spritz it with some of this e.l.f. setting spray. And just to keep going with that purple vibe we have going on, I do really want to just jump into this like metallic-y purple shade. So I'm just taking the same brush that I was using for this gold one, and I'm going to jump into this purple metallic shade as well. And we are going to apply it to the center of the eye. And just so that we can make everything seamless, I am going to just take the brush. I did clean it off with a rag, and I'm just going to pretty much lightly pass it over the two shades, kind of mixing them together at the same time. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking right now. I am going to just clean off some of this excess fallout that I have, which is not a lot, but I just want to get rid of it before I apply my foundation and my primer. So I'm just taking a wipe. I'm just going to wipe away some of this fallout. We are ready to apply our primer. Today I'm going to be going in with the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. I have definitely used a lot. I don't know if that's recommended. I probably think it's not because I've only had it for a little bit, and this is how much I've used already. As it claims, it is luminous, but it doesn't have any like glitter chunks or anything like that. So that's why I really don't mind it, because it doesn't have none of that. And it just really gives you like a really nice glow to the skin. So right now, I'm just gonna let the primer settle into the skin and just really work its thing. In the meantime, I am going to jump into applying a quick coat of mascara. Today I'm going to be using my all-time favorite. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. I did just apply a few coats of mascara onto my eyelashes. I don't really think I want to wear falsies today just because I really want the eyeshadow to be the focal point. So I'll probably skip the eyelashes today and I'll just use my natural own. Moving on, now I am going to jump into foundation. Today I'm going to use this Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. I have this one in the shade Honey Bronze, and I'm just gonna take it into my Y6 brush from Morphe. This foundation is great for like special occasions or special events. I mean, you could definitely wear it as an everyday foundation, but because it is a little bit on the pricier side, I actually used this foundation for my wedding day and it wore beautifully all day. I didn't have any caking, I didn't have any creasing, and it just stayed in place the whole time. My wedding was actually in the month of July, and in Texas, July is one of our hottest months, if not probably the hottest of the year. Didn't move, it just stayed in place, and I loved how it wore. It also looks great in pictures. Now that the foundation is blended in, I'm gonna jump into my concealer. Today I'm gonna be using the Believe Beauty You're Covered Liquid Concealer. This one is in the shade Light Beige. To blend the concealer, I'm gonna use my Real Techniques face sponge. I'm gonna jump into a little bit of cream contour. I've actually been incorporating this quite a lot in my makeup routine and I am really loving it. So I am jumping into the Anastasia Cream Contour Palette and I'm taking this applicator. I really love these applicators. I know they're cringe worthy, but they actually work pretty good for me, helping me just apply the cream contour. I am going to be using this applicator and I'm just gonna dip into both of these shades here on the palette, and mixing them, I come up with what I think is a pretty decent shade for me. So I'm just gonna apply a couple of dots here on my forehead. And I'm also going to run a couple lines down my nose. To blend out this cream contour, I'm also going to use my Real Techniques sponge. I know cream contour can be a little bit intimidating, but it is actually not that bad. Once you keep your practice at it, you start feeling a little bit more and more comfortable. That's pretty much what's been happening with me. And it really does help to just enhance your face features, just really define those areas. Same thing happens on the nose. Just make sure that you really blend out the product. Now I'm gonna jump into setting the under eye and just the areas where I applied the concealer. To set these areas today, I'm gonna be using my Believe Beauty Translucent Matte Blur Powder. So I'm just gonna take a little bit with my sponge and I'm going to apply it under the eye area. To set the contour that I made today, I am going to jump into my Hoola bronzer, and this one's the original one. I'm going to be using the Y8 brush. Also, just a quick reminder, I did get a notification from Ulta, and they're actually running their hair event. So basically what that means is they have most of the hair products 50% off. So this would be a great chance for you guys to get your hands on the Redken sulfate-free shampoos that I mentioned on my hair care routine. That shampoo has actually done great to my hair and I swear by it. This is the times where I purchase it because it is actually a pricey shampoo. I'm gonna jump into the e.l.f. blending brush and I'm gonna take a little bit of that Hoola bronzer and I'm gonna just tap off some of the excess and run it down the bridge of my nose where I applied the cream contour. I do like to run it upwards and just connect it to the eyebrow because I feel like it just defines that area even more. Okay, and while we allow for all of these powders to just really settle in the skin, I'm going to jump into finishing the bottom lash line. I'm going to take the E139 brush from SHOPMISSA and I'm going to jump into a little bit of this shade that we use for the eyes. So right here. And I'm just going to take it with this brush, tap off some of the excess, and I'm just going to run it down the whole lash line. Also, now to brighten up the inner corner of the eye, I am going to take my E20 brush from ColourPop, and I'm actually going to take some of this very iridescent white shade on the palette. We're gonna pop that into the inner corner. I'm gonna apply a little bit of this translucent powder to clean up the contour that we did on the cheeks. To finish off the eyebrows, I'm gonna take my NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. This one is in the shade Espresso. I also swear by this product. It's one of my favorite. For my lip product, today I'm going to be using the Hudson Liquid Lipstick from Anastasia, and I'm going to pair it with the nude lipstick. Because we have a lot going on the eyes, I want to keep it very neutral on the lips. So I'm going to be using Hudson to just outline my lip line. And I'm going to top it with this nude lipstick in the center. Now I think we're ready to just clean up the rest of the powder that we have still on the face. So I'm going to be taking my F18 brush from ColourPop, and we're really just going to get rid of the remaining powder that we have going on here. I'm going to finish off the bottom lashes. Just going to add a quick coat of mascara. And that's pretty much it. We're ready to set our makeup, and I'm just gonna use my e.l.f. setting mist. And just as a finishing touch, I'm gonna apply a little bit of this highlight. This is from the Amrezy and Anastasia collaboration. And I'm gonna take my Y14 brush to just apply that to the apples of my cheek. So this is what we're working with today, guys. Let me just go ahead and fix my hair really quickly so that we can have our final thoughts about this look. Here you have it, guys. This is the completed look. I really liked how it came out. These shades are just stunning together. I had really been wanting to do a bold look for a while now because I just really enjoy playing with color, to be honest. And the weather is pretty much just calling for these types of shades right now. I really hope you guys enjoyed this look and just hanging out with me once again. Thank you so much for your continuous support. It really means the world to me. Really hope you're all doing well and staying safe. Let me know your thoughts on this look in the comments below. Also, if you haven't done so already, make sure to subscribe to my channel before you go if you enjoy my content, as well as share with your family and friends that you think might also enjoy watching my videos. It's all that I have for you guys today. I will see you guys very soon on my next video, and remember to stay scrumptious. Bye, guys.